Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Low with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning, morning. I feel pretty good. I finally had some water after 72 hours, which I have completely negated by going to the sauna yesterday. So it was a rough afternoon, but I feel good. Haven't eaten in almost 4 days. This afternoon will be completing a 4-day fast. I am gonna go all the way to a 6-day fast, and then we'll see. Then I'm gonna start a proper workout routine. And I'm going to be doing some health and wellness videos on my personal channel about what my plan is for this year, as far as getting healthy and getting my muscle back. Because back in the day, before the pandemic, I used to have muscle.
Yeah, there's pictures of Tone on a yacht when he's got a six pack and about 8% body fat. It's pretty crazy. Look, you and I are both psychos because I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning for a reason that I can't announce yet, but it might be available to announce tomorrow, hopefully. And then I spent like 4 hours in the gym today, and I bought this machine that it's like you put these little patches on you. It's like an electric machine, and it like contorts all your muscles in all your body like that. It's
Yeah,
like
you know Bruce Lee used to use that
it's
back in the
unbelievable.
70s.
I feel like I've just I feel like my shoulders and everything are all melting. So I haven't slept since 3 a.m. last night. So I feel drunk, but let's go through this really quick. I'm going to go first because Tone's got something to say, and I don't know if I do, and people aren't. I don't know what to tell you. Like the trade I was in last night, we can get rid of these lines. I'll go, like that. I said it last night that I was long, and I thought that was a fine punt to make, and it failed. Right, I took a 4% loss, no problem. Right, I'm totally fine with that. I don't feel like embarrassed that I was wrong or something. That's nothing. I pointed out exactly where I would clear out of that trade, and I have done. Um, the 4 hour time frame right now, I can see something here, something developing with the MRI bottom coming in. Where if we could crack down and get a green diamond on inside this green wave, and we were still well above 92. And keep in mind, I'll just bring up that I'll do this. I don't know why this keeps resetting, but if I look at the visibility on my modified Lucid SAR, this thing's really close now. So it's at 91. That's where the wave will flip red, which is a perfect spot for me to be bearish at 91. So between 91 and 95, 433, I still believe there's a chance, and I would consider putting on a buy the dip trade in that zone. But below 91, I have to really, really reevaluate what I think about the market right now moving forward. I'm not, I wouldn't be that bullish, guys. And it's such a horrible thing to say because yesterday how bullish I was. I don't want to be a flip flopper. It just, I don't make forecasts and I don't make predictions and just trade from what I see. Yesterday at 92, I was really, really excited. At 95, it's obviously less exciting. I don't see, I'm not the kind of person that just thinks every dip is a buy the dip, a perpetual bullish buy the dip. And I'm still in the buy the dip zone. I still think that in that range is buy the dip. But below 91, I don't think it's just buy the dip blindly anymore. I don't. I think that it could be painful to just continually buy the dip and just watch it go lower and take time. I would much rather do basically what Tone, said he wanted to do and just close the trade out at 100,000 and just wait, see what happens. So that's where I'm sitting on the 4 hour. I do see a trade in here, a long trade, excuse me. But it's at the moment I'm in no trade because I don't have much here for you guys. I don't have all that much. It gets me excited about the price. I just don't. I mean, that's starting to look like a head and shoulders type of pattern, something like that. It's a topping pattern, unfortunately. It might not be. It can easily recover. But what I don't even know what happened yesterday. I don't, it took me off guard. So normally I have a plan and everything like that, and I just don't have a plan right now. So I'm just not doing anything. I'm staying right away from this until a direction is given to me, and that might be a pump, and I miss a bit. So be it. I'm totally fine. I'm totally happy to get back in at 100,000, but right here it doesn't. It's not seeing it to me. Tone, I'm coming back to you now. Um, I don't. There's not much analysis for me. I don't know. I'm just putting my hands in the air, going, nah, I'm not touching it. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Use the links in the description below. Use the free trading bots. Join the Discord group. Blah blah blah. Tone, give us something, mate. Give us something to grab onto.
No, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so look, the good news is that the monthly charts still look bullish, and the 2-month chart is gonna look very bullish as well. So we're still okay from that perspective. Let's go to the weekly chart. As I said yesterday, the weekly chart was still in the bearish zone. And in order for the weekly chart to go bullish, we need a new green star candle, which means that either this week needed to close the week above 104, and then we get the green star next week, or next week just needs to close above current price, and that kicks off a green one, followed by a green star candle at the end of January. Now, from a weekly perspective, nothing has changed between yesterday's high and this morning's low. Nothing's changed. The MRI and the chart outlook look exactly the same, whether you are at the high or at the low. So everything is happening on the daily scale. This is what I really want to talk about. I'm going to delete this box because it's no longer, it's just in the way now. My initial exit out of Bitcoin that I tweeted about like an idiot, because the problem with Twitter is when I tweet it out, people comment that have never seen the show, like ever. So they have no context, which is why I'm not going to tweet about the Bitcoin price anymore, because it's completely irrelevant. So my initial exit was right here. I couldn't exit at the high because I was on an airplane. So I had to exit before I got on the airplane, and I exited just under 98. I think this line is a little bit off. What is the coordinates? Yeah, it's a little bit off. It should be 97,800. 97,800. That was my exit. Okay, it was the best I could do with the fact that I'm on an airplane almost every fucking day, and this was my exit. Since this moment, I have been bearish on Bitcoin the entire time, even up here. I was not. I mean, I did enter some bullish trades here, but in my head, I have been bearish on Bitcoin from this moment, expecting us to go at least into the 80s, if not into the 70s. From this moment, I finally threw in the towel on that idea yesterday. Like, this candle was, and by the way, and this entire time, the most bearish I was on Friday morning, right here. So even though I exited here and I've been bearish in my head the entire time, waiting for at least 86, maybe even 82, the most bearish I was at any point since November 22nd was when we did the show Friday morning. Okay. And I was, my ear itching. And I was so surprised of what happened over the weekend, closing 2 candles above both moving averages, and then the massive rally yesterday. So on yesterday's rally, I went long. I didn't want to go long. It didn't make sense to me why this was happening. You heard me on yesterday's show. I was in disbelief. Why the fuck are we pumping? It made no sense, right? Matt, that was a question.
Yeah, Yeah, you said that, mate. That's a
Right.
statement. But yes, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
I was happy, but
Right. But like, it made no sense to me. But with this kind of close, I went long somewhere like a little over 100,000. And I got out of this trade so fucking fast. The moment we started to crash, like this is one of those rare times I logged into my trading account with my phone, which I don't do normally. And I just market sold right here, like between 99 and 99 and a half. I got the hell out because right now I am more bearish than I was that Friday. I am more bearish on Bitcoin than I probably have been all year. Uh, this to me is a disaster waiting to happen. Am I going to short? No, I'm not going to short. But I am super bearish right now. Absolutely bearish. And the good news is, that if I'm wrong, I don't have to wait till we break this new high to go long. If I'm wrong, all I need is a daily green star candle closing above the moving averages. Like I don't need to wait until we break this anymore. Because if I'm wrong, we make a higher low. And if we make a higher low, I don't really need to break this high. I just need to get back above the moving average. But right now, I am back in the low 80s camp. Right now, what I'm looking at is the only level of resistance down at the 128-day moving average, which today is at 78. But by the time we get there, should be around 83. This is one ugly looking chart. The cross did everything that it was supposed to do. Unfortunately, it did it, a day and a half late. Short-term charts, Matt showed the 4-hour. It looked like it had an MRI buy.
yep, coming in on this candle.
Yeah, maybe a 4-candle dead cat bounce.
Well,
We
that
almost
the
we
MRI
almost stopped on
support.
an MRI top. We hit the warning candle with extension C. So it almost had a perfect top. Maybe a dead cat bounce into 97,
I,
followed
I
by an
would like
outright
to
disaster.
see Tone for me. That MRI support resistance line that's down there at like that's it for me. That's the line that I still see a buy on, possibly if I, as a trader, as a day trader, right? On a green star alphanumerics down there maybe, but a bit below that is a bit concerning,
I I I, I don't. I
probably
don't. That's like that. What, the 12th time we're gonna hit this level?
I
I
don't know.
don't.
Yeah, right, right,
I
right, right.
don't. I have such low expectations for Bitcoin right now. It's Look, we're not gonna enter a multi-year bear market, but going back to the weekly chart, this is not this is perfectly realistic.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Maybe to the moving average here, maybe not into the 69 range. 76 maybe. Totally realistic.
Mhm.
Especially, here's what you don't want. You don't want consolidation here, reset the weekly MRI, and then start a new red star.
Then,
You'd rather pull the band-aid and
yeah,
go down right now because you're already almost halfway into a weekly MRI buy. You don't want to reset it and give yourself 4 to 5 more weeks of downside.
it's ugly.
Someone is asking to look at December 2017 to January 2018. Okay, let me see.
That's the collapse in the from the all-time high at that time all the way down.
Right, right. No. I don't see this. Like I said, I'm not expecting this to be a year-long bear market. What I see is something more like this. So this was a 40% correction into a moving average that didn't even reach the prior swing high. And it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, which is not that much. It only took 5 weeks. Okay. So I see it more like this. So a 40% correction in a bull market, what would that look like? A little further down than I'd like. So instead of 40, let's go 30. 30% correction. That is still a healthy correction. What just the only thing that frustrates me is yesterday's candle, which didn't make any sense to me, but like I couldn't stay out of the market. Like I have to go long here based on TA, but I got out of that trade so quick. And of course, I tweeted out that I went long, and that I'm not I don't delete tweets. You can go back to like 2014 and find my tweets. I don't delete tweets. It's the one thing I don't do. And yeah, yesterday's candle just completely changed everything.
What about traditional markets? How'd we go yesterday on the S&P?
I have no idea. Good question. Let's take a look. Again, we're still in a bull trend. Still got time. Oil long has been my primary, call. Gold is doing well. It's above moving averages. They're still declining. You're gonna need these moving averages to turn. You're gonna need a few candles above the moving averages. But gold is in a weaker position right now overall because look how much lower it is from the new swing high. And remember, I also said yesterday that Bitcoin could do something like this. And
Yeah,
that's
you did
exactly what Bitcoin just did.
exactly what it did.
Yeah.
But I
And I
wouldn't even.
said that on yesterday's show, right?
Yeah, you did, mate. But that recovery that gold's had, I would like to see that as well. That would keep that wave green. That would be
Yeah, I
perfect for
know,
them.
but the recovery is still lower than the prior swing high. So
No,
if
it's
I
not.
go compare
It's
it to
not.
Bitcoin, the
It's,
recovery in gold is still below this area of
that's why I
99.
said that's why I said recovery, not the market has recovered.
Right.
It's still in process.
So the stock market took a big downturn, which probably explains what happened with Bitcoin. So yesterday's stock market also dropped pretty big. I think the stock market is in trouble here. Look, it's the MRI support line is doing its best job, but it's not going to hold it again. I think the stock market daily will break below this area. Why isn't it drawing? I think it will break below this area. I will say that I am looking forward to buying MicroStrategy. AMD took a little bit of a hit, but it's still, it's taking a hit today. I'm not in that trade though. Let's look at MicroStrategy. It's actually holding really well. I would love to buy MicroStrategy under 200. Maybe at the MRI support line. That would be nice. I would, of course, do it with options, but some people like to buy the stock. Like if Bitcoin falls, that 30%, if Bitcoin falls that 30% to the low 70s, back to the prior swing high, MicroStrategy would probably fall 65% to its prior high. Maybe 60. Nah, still 65. That would be a nice pickup. Especially if Saylor buys more Bitcoin down here, which he probably will.
All right, mate. I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I'm dead.
All right. Nope,
Absolutely.
we're done. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share. As you can see, the ETF numbers are clearly on a delay. I'm expecting Wednesday's numbers to be minus 10,000 Bitcoin, maybe even 20,000 Bitcoin. This is probably going to be one of the biggest sell days of what just happened. That's my expectation. We'll see what happens. All right. Matt, close us out.
Yeah, it's a bit of a morbid show today, unfortunately, probably because Tone hasn't eaten anything and I haven't slept. But and the price is down. That's a trifecta. But look, just be careful not to buy every dip, every dip, every dip. I think that's the best takeaway from the show. If you don't know what the direction is, no, you never know, right? Every trade's a 50-50, but you should have conviction in every trade. And if you don't don't trade. I'm not trading right now. I don't have any conviction, and I'll get it back, and maybe it'll be tomorrow. Trade safe. See you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, man. Someone is saying job numbers are going to come out in 40 minutes. Job numbers are out. The data is out at 8:30 in the morning Eastern time. It is already almost 9:30. So job numbers have been out. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking at them now. The employment change, initial claims. Initial claims were lower than expected. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. So the job numbers came in pretty good. See you all on the next one. Bye, guys. Check out the Financial Summit, Maldives.